Some people were upset you didn't give an offer to Angel Reese.
Well, like I said, it was a business decision. To me, Angel's I'd rather watch Angel play. It wasn't
perfect.
Unlocking those dollars, to bring her into the league like it would have with Kate.
You see the numbers Caitlin Clark is pulling in, millions of viewers, and Ice Cube took notice. He reportedly offered her $5 million to join the Big Three League. As for Angel Reese, no offer there, but here's where it gets crazy. Clark's agents shut it down before she could even consider it. What are they afraid of? Is the WNBA feeling the heat from Ice Cube's power move? You heard it right. Ice Cube dropped a $5 million offer on Caitlin Clark to join his Big Three League. But why would he make such a massive offer? It's all about those viewer numbers, and Clark's are through the roof.
I know that you recently made a pitch to Caitlin Clark. Does your offer to Caitlin still stand? And do you have a message for her if she's on the fence?
Yes, it does still stand. If she's on the fence, we could talk about anything that's concerning her. I think we will accommodate her in any way, shape, or form, allowing her to play.
Let's break down the insane popularity behind Clark. Did you know her games are pulling in over 1 million viewers? That's not just good, it's groundbreaking. Clark's rookie season sent televised game averages soaring to 1.18 million. Now, you might be wondering, how does that stack up against the WNBA? Well, get ready for this. Clark's not just beating WNBA numbers, she's crushing them. And here's where it gets really interesting.
The Big Three has had some success. And I'm going to tell you, the Big Three, before Caitlin Clark entered the WNBA, the Big Three was routinely getting bigger ratings than the WNBA. And there's been times I've seen the Big Three get a 700,000 or 800,000 viewership rating for their basketball
league. Crazy, right? The Big Three League is sometimes pulling in more viewers than the WNBA, with hundreds of thousands tuning in to watch Ice Cube's 3-on-3 action.
Ice Cube, very expertly and rightfully so, believed Caitlin Clark could generate a massive financial impact to his business.
Ice Cube saw those numbers and dollar signs started flashing. He knew Clark could take his league to a whole new level. But $5 million for a rookie? That's unheard of in women's basketball. Ice Cube himself pointed out that WNBA lottery draft picks earn a base salary of just $76,500. This offer is absolutely massive in comparison. When asked if he really offered Caitlin Clark all that money, he confirmed, "Yeah, we did." It was a great business decision because if you look at her impact on the game, it was huge. TV ratings, sponsors knocking at her door, and ticket sales going up to sold-out levels. So why Clark and not someone else? Ice Cube didn't mince words. He said Clark's star power and viewer numbers are off the charts. It's not just about skill on the court. It's about drawing eyes to the screen and filling those seats.
Did you really offer Caitlin Clark all that money?
Yeah, we did. It was a great business decision because if you look at her impact on the game, it was huge TV ratings. Yeah. Sponsors were knocking her door down, and the ticket sales went up to so.
But wait, there's more to this story. What about the other star of women's college basketball? You won't believe what Ice Cube had to say about her. Ice Cube was ready to throw $5 million at Caitlin Clark, but when it comes to Angel Reese, he's singing a very different tune. What's the deal with this $5 million question? And why is Ice Cube's response causing such an uproar in the basketball world?
Cube confirmed the $5 million offer he made to Clark. When asked, he simply replied, quote, "Yeah, we did." The offer was groundbreaking, especially considering the WNBA lottery draft picks earn a base salary of $76.535, which only climbs to $97.582 by their fourth season. The $5 million opportunity seemed like a no.
Angel Reese is a superstar in her own right. She's got the skills, the swagger, and the highlight reels. So, why didn't Ice Cube offer her the same sweet deal he put on the table for Clark? The answer might surprise you.
He also says something about Angel Reese, and it's very telling, and it's what everybody with any lick of sense has been trying to tell the mainstream media and everybody that keeps wanting to shoehorn Angel Reese into every Caitlin Clark conversation.
Ice Cube didn't hold back when he talked about Reese. He straight up said she doesn't move the needle like Clark does. Now, that might sound harsh, but Ice Cube isn't just talking trash, he's talking business.
It wasn't perfect.
Unlocking those dollars,
Yeah.
to bring her into the league like it would have with Caitlyn, and that's just how the sponsors was rolling, and that just the reality.
Let's break it down. Remember those crazy viewership numbers we talked about for Clark? 1.18 million average viewers? Well, Reese just isn't pulling in that kind of audience. It's not even close. Now, you might be thinking, but Reese is an amazing player. She's got skills for days. And you're right. This isn't about who's better on the court. It's about who's bringing in the viewers. It's about who's got people tuning in, filling seats, and buying merch. Ice Cube put it plain and simple. He said,
Ouch.
"It's all about those eyeballs on screens." Here's the thing, Ice Cube's not running a charity. The Big Three is a business, and businesses need viewers to survive and grow. Clark's proven she can bring in those big numbers, but Reese, for all her talent, just hasn't shown that same drawing power. Ice Cube didn't stop there. He really drove the point home, saying Reese's potential deal wasn't unlocking those dollars like it would have with Caitlyn. In other words, Reese might be a baller, but she's not a cash magnet like Clark. Power. Ice Cube didn't stop there. He really drove the point home, saying Reese's potential deal wasn't unlocking those dollars like it would have with Caitlyn. In other words, Reese might be a baller, but she's not a cash magnet like Clark.
Man, Ice Cube just kept it real, and he's 100% right. He just said, Caitlin Clark's bringing all the money and all the revenue and all the viewership and all the interest, and Angel Reese ain't got that. She doesn't have it like that.
It might seem unfair. After all, Reese is a phenomenal player, but in the world of pro sports, it's not just about what you can do on the court. It's about what you can do for the bottom line. She wouldn't make the financial impact that Caitlin Clark would have made. We've seen that across the board: attendance, ratings, revenue, the whole nine. But the media won't let you think that. They won't allow you to see it. So, there you have it. Ice Cube didn't offer Angel Reese $5 million because her viewership impact doesn't match Caitlin Clark's. It's not personal. It's just business.
Brought the eyes, the attention, and the impact to the Big Three that we know Caitlin Clark would have brought. Period. Wow. And this is obviously somebody, because they ran the numbers. They know they looked at the trends. They said.
Now you're probably thinking, $5 million? There's no way she turned that down. Who would, right? It's life-changing money, especially for a rookie just starting out. But here's where things take a wild turn. Ice Cube claims Clark was interested. He said, "I believe she did entertain the offer, but then something strange happened." According to Ice Cube, her agents were hating on it. Can you imagine having a $5 million offer on the table and someone blocking you from even considering?
He really didn't get great engagement from the offer from their team. I think the agents was hating on it a little bit.
Really didn't get great engagement from the offer from their team. I think the agents were hating on it a little bit, but wait, it gets even crazier. Ice Cube couldn't even get to Clark or her family to discuss the deal. It was like there was this invisible wall keeping him away. Now, you might be wondering, what could possibly make someone turn down that kind of opportunity? Well, just wait until you hear what happened next.
According to him, her representatives were hesitant and refused to facilitate a meeting between Ice Cube, Clark, or even her parents. Quote, "They kind of made a business decision and didn't let us speak to her or her family," he said.
So, Clark's got this massive offer on the table. $5 million is no joke, especially for a rookie. But then things get weird. Ice Cube says he couldn't even talk to Clark or her family. Can you believe that? He's throwing around millions of dollars, and he can't even get a meeting? It's like there's this invisible force field around Clark, keeping Ice Cube and his big bucks at bay. Now, you might be thinking, why would her agents block such a huge opportunity? Well, it's all about the bigger picture. See, Clark's agents aren't just looking out for her. They've got their fingers in a whole lot of pies, and some of those pies are way bigger than Clark's $5 million slice. Here's where it gets really interesting. Clark's agents also represent a bunch of NBA players, and that's where things get complicated. They're not just thinking about Clark's future, they're worried about making the NBA mad. $5 million sounds great, but what if it costs them millions more in NBA deals? Think about it. These agents are juggling relationships with some of the biggest names in basketball. They've got contracts worth tens, maybe even hundreds of millions on the line. And now Ice Cube comes along with his Big Three League, trying to shake things up. The NBA might not like that one bit. So their agents were probably thinking, are we going to make the NBA mad? Let her play in the Big Three for a little commission and possibly alienate these million-dollar deals we've got going? I think they decided she's going back to the WNBA. Oh, what did the agents do? They played it safe. They shut down the offer before it could even reach Clark. It's not personal, it's just business. But man, it's gotta sting for Clark, right? Knowing there's a $5 million check with her name on it, but she can't even talk about it. I got to tell you, the NBA, when it comes to the Big Three, has looked really bad and really petty. It just doesn't make any sense. Ice Cube didn't hold back when he talked about it. He said, they kind of made a business decision and didn't let us speak to her or her family. You can hear the frustration in his voice. He's got the money, he's got the opportunity, but he can't even get in the room. They're not going to piss the NBA off for one player, and so it didn't happen. But we're proud that we made the offer, and hopefully, we opened up the minds of people who run basketball at the highest levels. But here's the kicker. It's not just about Clark. It's about all the other players these agents represent. They're playing a long game, thinking about all their clients, not just one rookie star. Sure, $5 million is a lot of money, but if taking that deal means losing out on tens of millions in NBA contracts, well, suddenly it doesn't look so good. So, there you have it. Clark's agents blocked the $5 million offer to protect their relationships with the NBA and other clients. It's a cold, hard business decision, but in the world of pro sports, sometimes that's just how the game is played. But wait, there's more to this story. What about the other star of women's college basketball? You won't believe what Ice Cube had to say about her. Caitlin Clark isn't just making waves in basketball, she's creating a storm. Big names like LeBron James, Charles Barkley, and even the NBA commissioner are amazed by her talent and star power. They recognize her as a game changer who's attracting a massive audience to women's basketball. Ice Cube even offered her $5 million per year for 2 years to play in his league because he sees her value. While the NBA and basketball legends are hyped about Clark, the WNBA seems slow to act. Ice Cube pointed out that the WNBA has a gold mine in Clark, but isn't promoting her like they should. She's brought unprecedented attention to the league, breaking records and drawing fans who've never watched women's basketball before. Ticket sales jumped 93% in 2024 alone, and viewership increased by a staggering 400% since her arrival. Clark isn't just a player, she's a phenomenon. Her influence is changing how people view women's basketball. She's making headlines, boosting merchandise sales, and drawing massive crowds, like the 6,000 fans who attended her draft party. Her impact is so significant that she's put the WNBA years ahead of where it would have been without her. The question now is, what's next for Caitlin Clark? Her WNBA debut is expected to be a major event, and her endorsement deals will likely be huge. She's not just rewriting records, she's reshaping the future of women's basketball. More sponsorships, bigger contracts, and increased investment are already on the horizon. Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing it forever. Buckle up because this is just the beginning.